Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Great Western Express for a video which I wish I didn't have to make. Because Skyhook Games recently released a gameplay pack called Cargo Line Volume 1 Petroleum. Volume 1. It's a gameplay pack. Basically, what it includes is just a reskin of the TEA tanker wagon, and that's it. And then 8 timetable services each for Great Western Express and Midland Main Line, and two scenarios for each of those, and that is it. You get the Class 66 with them. And I was like, I need to make a video about this to show that without this pack, you can still do those services. So I've loaded up in a custom reskin of the Class 66 to put it in GBRf livery. We are at Acton Yard and we're going to be hauling these TEA tanker wagons to Reading. Alright, we're all set up here. Alright, all I need to do is now set up the path, which we need. Why would anyone want to pay for this pack is what I want to know. We could go through to the yard. Yeah, we could. We could go through the yard. Yeah. 31 miles to Reading Train Care Depot E10A. And we've got green, so release the brakes. Yeah. I'm showing with this video that Skyhook game that I'm not going to give Skyhook Games any of my money for nothing. I don't know why my headlights turned off just then. There we go. So the TEA tanker wagons I'm using are from Blackpool branches, but are also included with the BR heavy freight pack for Northern Transpennine. The Skyhook version of the TEA tanker wagon is basically a reskin. The reason I haven't really shown GWE on the channel is because I'm not really a fan of the route, even though it's the only route in TSW which I've ridden on many times in real life. I've taken the Elizabeth line from Maidenhead to London many times. But this route is so old that doesn't really make sense, and there's no branch up to Marlow. Marlow is actually a place really dear to my heart. It's where some of my relatives live, and the fact that the Marlow branch isn't included, and in fact none of the Thames Valley branches are included, is a disgrace to this route, honestly. I don't know why I even got it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm just making this video to show that Skyhook Games, I'm not giving Skyhook Games any of money. Simple as that. But I also wanted to have another go in the dear old Class 66, which I like, but is reused way too often. We need like a Class 70 Freightliner in the game, or at least more liveries for the 66. I am using the Armstrong Powerhouse sound version, the updated version that you can get from Southeastern High Speed or East Coast Mainline, and actually timetable layers onto this route. Alright, coming out onto the main line. I think what really lets this route down is lack of Heathrow Airport, Greenford, Windsor and Eton Central, Marlow, and Henley branches. Yeah, I know, that's a lot of branch lines which they could have included. Oh, there's a 166. Ridden on the 166 many times. Quite actually well modeled. The engine sounds are really, really good, but the horn leaves a lot to be desired. Alright. Zooming through, where are we? The reason I'm using it... Oh, we're at Ealing Broadway. The reason I'm using a GBRf livery is I've seen a GBRf Class 66 on this route in real life, so... Alright, beans. Let's get a good fly past shot here. which I'm used to, is GWE is so old. It's set in 2017. It's one of the oldest. It's the oldest British route in TSW by a significant margin, and it was actually the first DLC for Train Sim World, because it used to be right at the start of TSW's Train Sim World CSX Sandpatch Grade. Sandpatch Grade was the base route for the game, and Great Western Express was the timetable. Not timetable, was the first DLC for this line. DSD. Is that? What was that? What station is this? Oh, and an HST. I like using the HST, putting the HST and other skins on going on other lines. This is Hanwell. Okay. We've already passed Southall, I think? Oh, we're about to get to Southall. The reason I want to show Southall is because because in real life the station actually has Hindi as well as English on the signs, but unfortunately that's not in game. What I was going to say was, though, is that this route is so old. Electrification only really extends out as far as Heathrow Airport, the junction to Heathrow Airport, and then after that it just basically stops and there's just a few intermittent pylons all the way to Reading. But why they haven't included why alright, seems as if we're at top. Yeah, we're at top speed here. Oh, whoops, wrong button. This is what I call fast freight. So here we go. This is Southall. Really nice station, honestly. What this route really needs is an update to Train Sim World 4 standards, so i.e. getting rid of the ancient Class 66 that is included with this and substituting it for the Armstrong Powerhouse version. Armstrong Powerhouse Sounds version only. Yeah, and then also including the Greenford, Windsor, Heathrow Airport, Marlow and Henley branches, along with the Class 165 diesel multiple unit, but as we only have the Class 166 3-car, the 165 is 2-car, so it can run on these smaller branches. But I'm not holding anyone up. Nope, doesn't look like it. We're good. There's the hopper wagons that you get with this route. I wouldn't advise getting this route, by the way. Yeah, and then also we need 3 new types of rolling stock, and they're all going to be in the game by early next year. We need Class 800. We need Class 800 stroke 0 or stroke 3 IET in GWR colors. Oh, hopefully the bi-mode diesel or electric version. Then the Class 3, the Class 801 is already included at. Here's the Heathrow Airport junction, by the way. The Class 801, the electric-only version, is already included with the East Coast Main Line, so it only need a few changes. The Class 387 Electrostar is already included, which is needed on this route, would be needed on this route, is already included with the London Commuter London Victoria to Brighton route, which would need a reskin and some minor details fixed, but it'd be pretty easy to put in. And then we need the Class 345 Aventra, which is the Elizabeth Line train. That would need to get we're getting an Aventra with the upcoming Goblin Line add-on. The Class 710 Aventra is going to be included with that route, which is the 4-car version rather than the 8-car, which is the Class 345, and yeah, the 710 is the London Underground version. Oh, the London Overground. I get them mixed up, and so then it would need to reskin and some more cars added, but it could be done. And then also, we've already got a 66, so it's very doable, honestly. And GWE is so old, it really does need a proper update. Where are we? Oh. Okay. Alright. Don't seem to have anyone tailing us pretty closely, so we can stay in the fast track for now. So if an HST comes up behind us, I'll reroute us onto the slow line. Right now I just want to get to Reading. I've traveled the whole length of this line, and this route is just so old. Oh! Yeah, it's honestly sad how this route is just so old, and it honestly in need of some. It's honestly in need of some love and a complete overhaul. And if we had a modern version of this in TSW, man, they just did a what's their name? Dovetail Games is doing a remaster of the West Somerset Rail. No release date on that yet, but that it proves that revitalizing these older like Train Sim World 2020 routes is like totally doable. And why aren't people? Oh gosh, look at that scenery. Oh, it's terrible. Just that flat grass texture. Zooming along here. You can see the pylons which they've set up. Oh, there's an HST. Friendly halt. The HST included with this route is actually pretty good. It's just, I don't really like it in GWR colors. I prefer it in First Great Western or LNER or Virgin Trains colors. I just don't like it in GWR for some reason. Oop. Why is this stuttering? It's not like one of the newer routes which stutters all the time. BSD and AWS are on. Okay, good. Come on, let me show you. There we go. You do have to have a couple of routes in order to not get Skyhook Games' gameplay pack, like Southeastern High Speed or East Coast Mainline, and then you'd have to have Blackpool Branches or Northern Trent Pennine and the BR Heavy Freight pack, but it's totally doable if you... AWS. It's totally doable if we... There's no one behind. Okay. We're good. There's no one for miles. So look. There's so many branches off the main line. So here's Maidenhead. The Marlow branch should go all the way up here and then off to the left like that. It just stops there and doesn't go anywhere. So sad. I really want the Marlow branch in TSW. But I'd have to have TS Classic and then close it. Like, Great Western Mainline in the 50s. Oh, this is Slough. Been through here many times. This is the Slough is for reference. Oh, yep, there's the Greenford branch, if I'm not mistaken, going off the map there. I'm really revving this engine for all it's worth. Haha. And we seem to be topped out at 77 miles an hour. I really like it in GBRf colors. I'm not a fan of the 66 in standard EWS colors that we seem to get nowadays. Ugh. Nope, wrong one. Oh. I didn't realize it, but my heater, my kerosene heater in here was going off. That's why you heard that thump. That was me setting my what was it? Headphones down. So what's the top speed of the TA wagons? Really nicely weathered, honestly. TA wagons. Doesn't say. You've already seen the TA wagons before on the channel. I hauled them from Burdnays to Preston on Blackpool on one of my Blackpool branches videos I did about a month ago. And now we're hauling them in a 66. I like the 66 in TSW because it has a really good Armstrong Powerhouse sounds and sounds authentic, and also you can put it in all sorts of liveries using the Creators Club. But otherwise, I just wish there were more, whoops, I just applied the brakes by accident. Just wish there were more modern British freight locomotives in TSW, like the Class 70 or Class 57, like a 57 wouldn't be too hard to do because they're rebuilt 47s, and the 47 is already in TSW with multiple variants. But the 70 would be completely unique. In other Trains from World News, there's a new German route planned, German/Austrian route planned with the DBBR 111 from I can't remember to somewhere in Germany to Salzburg. Linear route with only one new form of motor power, i.e. the DBBR 111. Yeah. And then we also have the Goblin Line, which is the first London Overground route for TSW, complete with the Class 710 Adventra, which sounds... Where are we? Oh, we're approaching Maidenhead. I want to show the red brick bridge over the Thames because that's a classic. That's a classic bridge. It's still the biggest red brick bridge in the world, and I've actually been to, and I've actually visited. Oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. I'll get out the photo mode camera. Alright, so if we just, and stop. Really scenic, even with this terrible, crappy scenery. Extend the field of view a bit. So here we go, there's me. So, south that direction, that's London, that way. Here, this is a small island here. I can't remember the name of the island, but there is an island here. And then Thames goes off north toward Oxford that way. And here is the bridge. This is the world's largest red brick bridge. It has been done pretty well in TSW. It is huge. Like, this is built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. Yes, him, the man who built the Clifton Suspension Bridge, back in 1850s, 1860s. I can't remember the exact date. And it's still going today, and it's supporting thousands of trains a day. Everything from 66s to 800s to 345 Adventras. It's amazing. Real testament to his engineering skill. But, of course, when you're going at high speed like this, you just whoosh, straight over it. Yeah. Yeah, I just wish this route were updated. Like, Oh, as I was saying, Class 710 Aventra, 4-car, third rail and pantograph power capable version of the Aventra family. Pretty good, but so here's Maidenhead. I have stood here and watched trains coming in like from here and watching 800 shoot through here. I've actually got footage to prove it, but I'm not going to show it. So here we go. Here's the platform I've stood on many times. Maidenhead Platform 5, which is basically... So the 165 comes in here, parks here, people get on and off, switches ends, and then heads toward Marlow. And then you come up here, and then up... Small yard over here. They store a few Aventras there nowadays. It's a bit bigger now. I think they've expanded with a few more tracks like here. And then, yep. And then the Marlow branch just heads straight up here. I wish the photo mode had shift like the external cam does. And then, yeah, you come across this little viaduct here, and then basically the scenery just ends. You can't, yeah. And then... Yeah, and then you just... Come on. Then you come around here, yeah, and then that's the end of the Marlow branch in Train Sim World, sadly. It's major disappointment. Alright, straight through. Hope I'm... Is there anyone behind me? No, not within firing distance anyway. So the only two stations we've got now is Twyford. That also has the Henley branch. That's Henley up here, and then we go down to Reading. My grandpa, when he was a kid in the 50s, would watch like these King class GWR steam locomotives just shoot through Reading at speed, and now he'd actually not seen the updated version of Reading, and he was really surprised at how modern Reading has become now. So now we're going to head straight through Reading and into the depot. Yeah. Goblin Line, pretty good. Then we've got the West Somerset Railway Remaster, update to TSW4 standards, scenery improvements, timetable steam layers for the steam engines in game, i.e. the LMS Stanier AF, the LMS Jubilee, the LMS Fowler 4F from Peak Forest, and the Flying Scotsman. Yeah, and then there's also more time, and then there's also the Class 150/1 from, what was it? From, I can't remember now. Oh yes, West Cornwall Local, the notorious route by Rivet Games. That will have timetable layers on that too, but I'm not going to get West Somerset Railway. I'm not really a fan of heritage railways in TSW, considering there's only one of them, and it's the West Somerset Railway. I'm not really a big fan of the idea. However, going on, SimTrack Studios, the new developer of that the regional railway livery for the Class 323 from Birmingham Cross City, have announced they're going to do a diesel pack for Peak Forest. Peak Forest, if you don't know, is currently a steam-only route from the TSW3 era, so around June this year. And what's going to happen with the route is basically new timetable, general updates to the route, and with this pack is new updates, new timetable, and the addition of the Class 104 first generation diesel 3-car diesel multiple unit to the route, which people have already been layering like the Class 101 from like Northern Transpennine / Tees Valley Line to to the route in like Scenario Planner, but this will add a layer of authenticity because 104s were on the route at the time. Yeah, and then we also got a few more screenshots from Rivet Games for the Bernina line, but no release date. They're saying, and DTG and all the other devs have said basically we're taking a break for the Christmas holidays, and we'll tell you more when we get back after the Christmas holidays. So the Bernina line is not coming before Christmas. There is some speculation that they might, and also there has been a prediction from the Train Guy 4 about when Union Workshop's Japanese route for TSW is coming out. He predicted it will be an adaptation of Union Workshop's TS Classic Wakayama and Sakudai lines add-on to TSW, and he predicted that it will release in approximately what was it? Second to third quarter of 2024. So not anywhere close. That was two 166s in a row. Pretty impressive. Yeah. But other than that, that's basically it from the December roadmap. Didn't have AWS or DSD glaring at me. Yeah. Other than that, after Christmas, I'm probably going to be taking a long break. Maybe about a week to possibly a week and a half. Who knows? I'm planning on getting more storage for my computer. Planning on getting a bunch of Microsoft Flight Sim add-ons I hope to showcase on the channel. And I found a new buddy who's my brother's Fortnite duo, but he also plays Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, and that's basically... I'm basically going to have to get all this new stuff onto my computer without it blowing up, so... Yeah, I'm probably going to be a while just getting it all on, making sure nothing breaks, etc. So, yeah. It's nice to be driving the 66 again. I haven't driven it in ages. Even though it's one of the most recycled trains in TSW. Oh, I didn't notice this, but I didn't realize we're actually 2 miles an hour over the red line. Okay, 4 miles to Reading Train Care Depot. Is that a yellow signal? Looks like it. I think, yeah, it looks as though... Okay, we're going to have yellows, then reds, and then we're going to head into the depot. Okay. And I would... one last thing about GWE. I would love it if it was extended to Didcot and Oxford. Because... Didcot, you could have the Didcot Railway Centre if that was modelled in TSW. That'd be nice. And then Oxford, that'd be even nicer. More time to run trains on. Okay. Alright. AWS. No? We've had no one behind us the whole time. That's pretty good considering how busy this route can get. Yeah. No need for banking com we have. There's just one unit. We are going to have to get down to 40 miles an hour. AWS again. Double yellow. I'm keeping an eye on the track monitor. Alright, slow down here. Don't mind if we slow down too early because... Let's turn the high speed switch off. Alright, release the brakes. Slow down a bit too much there, but the brakes on this take so long to release. Here we go, coming into Reading. Let's say the buildings don't look that good. Dang it, come on. Single yellow. Alright, we're going to have to do some track switching here because we're going through one of the... We're going through what would now be one of the Elizabeth Line platforms, but we were on track to one of the Express or Southwestern Railway platforms. Okay, here we go. Back. Is this the Thames again? Okay. Back across. We do have a 30 limit coming up, so I'll shut off the power now. Like the scenery in this. On this route is almost criminally basic. Okay, we're going down. We're doing 40, 30, 25, 15 coming into the depot. We're going to be a while in transit, I think. Alright, gently apply the brakes, just so we can get to 30 miles an hour. Alright. AWS. Why? We just had double yellow, single yellow. Now we're having another double yellow? That doesn't make any sense. Why? Oh, gosh. Alright. Here we go, coming into Reading. It looks pretty similar to this, this today, except there's overhead wires and catenary heading through here. In real life now. And there's also a bunch more, of course, Elizabeth Line branding. There are the Southwestern Railway platforms over there on the left. With no branding, of course, because they didn't have a license back then for AWS again. Alright, we're now down to 30. Alright, heading... This is how I remember Reading Station. I was there earlier this year. Come on. 25. And release the brakes. There we go. Heading straight through. We're normally... This is where we would normally... This is what normally would be part of the GWR depot. 66s wouldn't park here, but... As normally, most 66 services on this line terminate at Reading. I wanted to have a bit more depot action. Alright, 15 limit now. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Oh dear, I'm a bit over the limit. Excuse me. Okay, we're now stuck at 15 for the next 600 yards until we get to our destination. Alright. Okay, I hope we're heading for the correct spot. We are. There are a couple of 166s parked, ready for the day. Uh-oh, bit too fast there. Alright, I'm going to have to do a precise stop here. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to do a quick stop here because look, that signal's not going to be happy if I break the signal. Pretty good background noise, but That's not really what you look for in a train simulator. Alright, here we go. Gently apply the brakes. Perfect! Yes! Okay. And on that note, shut the engine down. Turn the safeties off and shut the fuse cabinet. Let's leave it for another driver. Okay. That is where we're going to leave it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.